and the notes and the final note. My goodness. So this is like the third song I ever wrote in my musical theater career. So it's like I used to write much longer, bigger songs back when, in a song cycle the songs have to actually hold the whole narrative inside them. So they're all 6 minutes, and now I'm like, a 3-minute song is fine. I have places to go. But like, really good job on this. What do you know already about the sort of character?
Most of it, I couldn't really find much, but most of what I know is that like this daughter is just like, she needs a grasp on her life and she craves so much control.
Yes, based off of an ex-friend of mine. But I think you're absolutely right. Like, it's sung by John's daughter much later in life. He's actually decided to get a divorce. Maybe he's closeted, maybe he's finally out, we'll see. But like, there is an impact on your children as well, right? And so she's about 30, she's a doctor, clearly her whole life has been in her grasp. And now things are starting to slip out. I actually figured out something about this song as I was watching you do it, because I'll say, like, I think that my later stuff in my career is actually easier to act because it's a really contained circumstance, so it's kind of easier to coach something like here, epilogue. This song is like very like JRB's Songs for a New World or Last 5 Years, in that like there's so much going on and there's so much telling you have to do. And I realized, like, when I set this with stage directions in the piece, she shows up at a bar and she's kind of telling a bartender about her life in this, which is really useful because I think where we meet her in this piece is like right on the cusp. So like, I can't remember if I changed it from last week or today. I got the call from Mom that she was leaving Dad to go.
In the recording, it said "and today," but on the sheet music it said "and last week." So I just stuck with the sheet music.
Right. Yeah. So it should these days be today. Again, I think that like the joy of multiple admin on your score and your script and your demos. But it should be today because I actually think that it makes it more useful for her, for it to be like a brand new thing that she's trying to work out in front of us. So I think like she gets the call from Mom, she goes to the bar, and I don't think she's completely let it hit her yet what it means to try to control your life and for it to all slip out of your grasp until you are left with nothing, until that very moment when she's like, and then I put down the phone and sat along and mentioned the phrase. I think all the way through the first verse, that first chorus, the second verse, the second chorus, meeting the boy, the hot boy, like becoming a doctor, like, controlling him too. I think all of those things are she's making sense of it, but she's not letting herself feel the desolation. And then it hits her for just one verse, right? Where you can lay the walls out perfectly. There are always cracks that show, right? And then she makes a new choice, which I think you've already, like, I can see your impulse on it. Like, it's been 30 years, like, I'm gonna actually keep going, right? Which is an interesting thing. We watch a lot of immigrant parents do this because they didn't get therapy at certain points where it's like, you're like, hey Mom, that thing you said to me all through my childhood about my weight, that really hurt my feelings. And they go, oh, well, I did my best, and that's kind of what we're capturing in this moment. Is like, there's like one moment of vulnerability and you're like, oh my gosh, maybe she'll, no, she doubled down, that's okay, right? But like, it's a real thing. And so I would love to play with, like a tough one because this song is so blastedly long. But like, I'd love to go from the second chorus, and I would have 2 children, maybe 2 dogs or a cat or whatever that is. And I think like and you're not doing this necessarily, but make a game out of this time of like, it's gonna be great. It was gonna be great. It did great. And then I got this call from my mom today, and she's leaving my dad. And then I put down the phone, and my husband's gone, and I'm in a house by myself. Well, you can lay the walls out perfectly, and like let that be just for a second, and then like, too vulnerable, So let's just go from like the second chorus into the bridge, and then I might stop you for time, but like, yeah, but don't let it like really hit you. But then when it hits you, let it really hit you on Mansion Built for 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No worries.
Okay. And I would have 2 children, and maybe 2 dogs or a cat. Have a handsome, doting husband who'll take care of all of that. And I'd be better than you'd ever seen. I wipe away each trace of doubt. If I was it's tried, and now you're dead if I
Yeah,
should
that's
tell
great.
you.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Really nice. Really, thanks for trying that on. Yeah, it feels different to us anyway. Like to be like, oh, a person cracked right in front of us on stage. Seems really strong. Cracked. Oh, and there she goes again. Yeah, really cool. Great job. Yeah.